Have you ever wanted to have a superpower where you can listen to a song and immediately decode the notes of the song, no matter what the song may be, whether it's a Carnatic song or a film song or a Hindustani song, whether it's a fast song or a slow song, easy song or tough song, any song, the minute you listen to it, immediately you're able to translate the notes of the song. That would be wonderful, right? Well, the good news is, this is not a superpower. This is something all of us can do, just with the right kind of guidance and the right kind of training. So today I'm going to share with you some very important tips and some important methods that we follow at VoxGuru to train our students to recognize all the 12 notes. So any note that you hear in a song, you should be able to immediately recognize. So what kind of training goes into this and what is it that you have to do? Let's find out. Now there are totally 12 swaras in music. But all these 12 swaras don't come in a single raga, right? Each raga will have different combinations, different formations of swaras. So in order to master all the 12 swaras and to be able to differentiate them, we need to learn multiple ragas. We need to do exercises in different ragas. So this multi-raga exposure is very, very important, and it's a very important part of VoxGuru's curriculum. We make sure that you are not only practicing exercises in one raga, which is Maya Malav Gaule. Usually one mistake that students make is they do all their exercises in Maya Malav Gaule and then they directly move on to singing compositions like Geetams, Varnams, Kritis. And after that they don't practice exercises in any other raga. Okay, that is a very common mistake. So at VoxGuru we make sure that you are practicing exercises in a variety of ragas, and we have chosen the ragas in such a way that ultimately you will be covering all the 12 swarasthanas. Now before we move into this multi-raga training, it is very important that we master our first raga. The very first raga that we learn, usually in Carnatic music it is Maya Malava Gaule, but some people learn Shankarabharanam as their first raga, whatever it may be. That first raga should be on our fingertips. We have to be so comfortable with it. In that raga, any tune that we hear, we should be able to translate the swaras of that first. Okay, before moving into 12 swaras, let us first master 7 swaras in one raga. So for example, in raga Maya Malava Gaule, if I sing something like you should be able to translate it as Pada pada nida pa ma ga ma pada pa ma ga ma ga ri sa. So in that one raga, you should be able to identify the notes in any pattern that you see. And how do you develop that? That develops only when you practice a variety of exercises in that raga. Okay, get very comfortable with different patterns, different combinations, your dhatu varisais, your janta varisais, and do a lot of akaram practice. Okay, akaram practice is very important at VoxGuru. In fact, we have allocated one entire grade just for akaram practice, because that is how important it is, not only for your voice training, but also it helps in ear training. This skill of translating swaras develops manyfold when you practice more of akaram. Okay, so make sure you develop this foundation and master your first raga before moving into other ragas. Another fun technique that we follow with our students is comparing ragas. Now normally when we are singing one single raga for a very long time, after a point we get used to those notes. So we are not really applying our mind, or we are not really identifying those notes consciously. But if we keep comparing two ragas back to back, then our mind becomes very active. We become very alert about the swarasthanas. So for example, if I give you this kind of a phrase and I say, sing it first in Maya Malava Gaule and then sing it in Shankarabharanam, how would you sing? First Maya Malava Gaule will be Sa ri ga ma pa da pa ma ga ri sa. Then Shankarabharanam Sa ri ga ma pa da pa ma ga ri sa. So we have changed the ri and the da in Shankarabharanam, right? So this is how we do plenty of exercises to make you compare two ragas instantaneously. Okay, and that way you really develop that strong sense of swarasthana. And this was just one example, right? We will compare many different ragas. We will compare Karahara Priya, we will compare Kalyani, we will compare Pantuvarali. There are so many Melakarta ragas out there, right? So every raga becomes a new exercise for our brain and for our voice to land on that swarasthana correctly. So those were some interesting and important techniques that we follow at VoxGuru to help you identify all the 12 notes, so that any song that you hear of any style of music, immediately you're able to recognize the notes. Okay, so if you want to get trained in this direction, then please join our live Carnatic curriculum. We have designed it very specifically to ensure that you get exposed to the right kind of ragas at the right time, and you're able to beautifully differentiate between all the 12 notes. So all you have to do is drop us a WhatsApp message. I have shared the link in the description. So just say hi and we'll get back to you with all the details of this course, and we'll also advise you on what would be the right level for you to start your journey from. And trust me, this is going to be a game-changing experience in your musical journey, and it will make you a much better singer and a much better musician. So I'll be eagerly waiting to hear from you, and let's start this journey together.